Hello and welcome to Whose Turn Is It Anyway, a board gaming podcast where we invite you to join our gaming group and talk about all things cardboard and meeples. Thank you to Becky for her run and passing the torch to me. I'm Rob, I'm your first player, and I am sat with Kerley.
Hello.
And JP.
Hello.
How are we doing, guys?
I'm just in awe and shock because when's the last time you were first player, Rob? I want it on record. Listeners, tell me exactly, even though you can't because you listen to this not in real time, and I've just realised it as I've said it. But it's been a while,
It
right?
was a long time ago. It was the infamous episode where we left the window open.
Really?
Yeah,
That was at the World Cup.
At Davies. I think it was either World Cup or Euros because we watched the England.
Yeah,
we watched
did.
the England game and then we recorded afterwards, and it was hot.
2022.
It was so
It's got
hot.
to be.
Yeah,
it's
so
gotta
I haven't been first player since then. It's taken me this long to come up with 3 topics that I'd like to talk about within board gaming.
He's a slow burner, guys.
I'm consistent.
Yeah, you are.
I'm consistent, and yeah, so I figured it was time for me to talk about what I want to talk about.
Yeah, it's
tired of
good.
talking
I'm
about what
excited.
everybody else wants to talk about.
I'm
and I thought
excited. You excited, Kerley?
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't sound excited. Tell the listeners why you're not excited today.
I'm not excited because I've spent all day receiving a lecture, 143 PowerPoint slides on fire precaution management. I'm done. I'm tapped out. My brain is dribbling out my ear by the time.
And this is why hobby's great, because if it was fire precaution management in a board game Euro with cubes, we'd be all over it, wouldn't we?
Yeah, probably.
But
and that does sound like the next S and hotness, doesn't
Yeah,
it? Is
fire precaution.
But you could easily imagine it, couldn't you? Like getting out a safe exit route,
Yeah.
and like a fire happens, and
And
you know,
you've got to
can you react to
mitigate it.
Yeah.
And whoa, is it arson? No, it's just badly managed property.
Yeah. Waste management exercises.
Its toast has been left in too
That's
long.
what I've been talking about, daisy chaining, and yeah.
Oh, nice.
And people don't say, people say that we don't come up with any good ideas and we talk nonsense.
No,
I
This
mean,
is it. We should patent it immediately.
100%.
This is it. The new hotness of Essen 2026.
Yeah.
And with that, should we move on?
We probably should.
Cool. So, Mr. Kerley, I'm going to come to you first. I like calling you Mr. Kerley for some reason. And
That's good, mate. My official title.
I don't know why.
It's
It's
authoritative.
about time
Yeah.
you showed me some respect,
It
to be honest.
you are overdue. But I like Mr. Curlington as well, and I have no idea why. So, Mr. Curlington, what have you been up to?
Well, I've been up to quite a few things, actually, so I could list off a bunch. Most of them, as everyone already knows, are my old classics that I'm not going to trot out
Like
again
what?
and again and again. Hey, behave yourself, you.
Is it Bar
Yes, I've played Bart Bova.
Barbara?
Bart Bova has been played.
Has it been Barry for me bars?
No, actually. No, well, funnily enough, I haven't played Art Nova on BGG for a little while, BGA, sorry.
You are
And
cute.
we went up to London to see Hercules, the musical.
Yeah.
We played it on the way, on the train.
That's
there and
nice.
back. It was quite good. But anyway, that's not what I was going to talk about. I was going to talk about D&D that we did. First
Nice.
time in years that I've played D&D. And yeah, we did that 4 or 5 days ago. Yeah, and I had a lot of fun.
Yeah,
It was
Halloween,
really,
right?
really good. Yes, it was. It was Halloween because the trick or treaters were coming around and everything. So yeah, no, it was really good fun. I had a blast. Stu was really good DM. Really enjoyed that. Yeah, it was just nice to have a more. I don't know. I don't really play that many social games, so it was nice to have something where we could just chill and just chat and. Have
It was a
good
lot of fun.
Yeah, it was.
It was a lot of fun. I was there as well. So,
But yeah, I'm playing like a Goliath berserker. I was actually going to try something different this time, but Stu taught me round into just going for a maniac who's like 9 foot tall. It just reminds me of like either of Grog, which I named him after, or like the God of War. What's his name?
Oh, don't know.
Kratos.
Yeah, Kratos, that's it. So that's what I had in my head when I was thinking this 9 foot bold kind of Goliath guy who's, got like 20 strength and well nailed.
Struggled to get through doors.
Behave.
Perception check. Oh, I hit my head.
Yeah, ow.
Stu did a brilliant job, and there was at one point where he literally made everyone at the table jump. We knew it was coming because it wasn't a horror theme, but there were like horror elements.
All right.
And there was a bit where like he just started talking like really softly and quietly.
And he's caught you, didn't he?
Like, bang! He was like, oh shit! Everyone knew it was coming, but he still did it, and it was brilliant. We had an absolute blast.
Yeah,
it was like a Mansions of Madness kind of exploration of a manor.
So you're going into a manor. That's cool.
And it was really
like Resident
cool.
Evil.
Yeah, it's like an abandoned manor on an island,
right?
You know, and you're trying to investigate what happened and stuff like that. It was really interesting.
Nice.
But yeah, so we're meant to be doing a one shot, but it like went over just because everyone's messing about.
We're having a good time.
So
it's a half
we're going to do it over sort of 2.
Yeah. It's a half shot with the other half coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's when the little girl ghost turned up. Becky was like, nope.
I'm out.
No. And porcelain dolls.
So what were the characters then? So you were like this berserker, Goliath berserker.
Yeah, well,
Rob.
we decided little and large. So my other mate, Duncan, was playing a little dwarven berserker.
Nice.
He's basically the same, but he's like 3 foot tall to my 9 foot. So
you're like a tag team.
Yeah. Apart from he's way angrier than me, apparently.
Oh, man.
I like to try and intimidate everyone, and he just runs around like this little flipping ball of hatred.
He was playing a character that he thinks he's really intelligent, but his intelligence stat is in the minus.
Yeah.
So he thinks he's really clever.
It's like, I've got this, lads. No,
exactly.
you don't. Stop it.
It was very funny.
Nice.
You leaned heavily into your intimidation stat, didn't you?
Yeah, very heavily.
Well, we were talking to a little old like B&B owner.
Let me intimidate.
I was just haggling.
Rooms for free, right?
Yeah, but then the worst thing is, I was like, surely I could just do an intimidation check here. He was like, all right, roll it. I rolled 20, didn't I? First roll of the game. He was like, oh, well, I'm going to have to. I got my 5 gold discount. That's all I'm telling you.
Yeah, it worked out well.
Yeah.
Looked at her funny and got one in.
I always play like a melee tank sort of character, like support character. Mm-hmm. So this time I went for a ranger. I was half elf. No, it was a wood elf. Wood elf ranger.
Yeah.
Which was a lot of fun. Because I'm used to having one attack and typically it missing. So to have multiple attacks from distance was really cool. It was really nice. So we had an absolute blast playing it. It was great fun. Because it was a one-shot, we started on level 5.
Yeah, you started with abilities that you can get.
We had a little bit more to play with and things like that. So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Oh, sounds good.
I'll tell you the other characters as well, because you did ask.
I did.
Becky played a cat rogue. I can't remember. Tabaxi. So it reminded me of, I don't want to pronounce it, Khajiit?
Yeah,
Khajiit from Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Catwoman basically, and she enjoyed that. And Catherine, Duncan's wife and Becky's best friend, played like a demon elemental.
Oh, she was tiefling.
Tiefling, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that was really interesting. Thought that was pretty cool. Having a nice,
like Karlak from Baldur's Gate.
Yeah,
is that tiefling?
But she was a bard.
Oh, okay.
So we were trying to make her sing when she was actually like doing stuff in the game. She was having none of it. Nope. So that was a lot of fun.
Just imagine it.
Yeah.
Imagine me singing.
But it was very tense and very, like very kind of, because we knew it was a bad place, but it was fun. It was great.
You know what though? I think because D&D is not my thing, right? But I do enjoy Baldur's Gate. So actually, because I've been playing Baldur's Gate, in the past, and I have enjoyed it, I probably think there is a part of D&D that I would enjoy if it's the right kind of environment. And I've not had, like Stuart, I've heard is a great DM. So I'd be intrigued to maybe do a one-shot with him one day.
Stu's fantastic. And
not right now, he's busy.
He's busy doing everybody else's thing.
Exactly. In the future.
But I think D&D's kind of like movies. Everybody enjoys movies. You just kind of like different ones. And some people like it super serious and kind of very min-max their characters and rule heavy and kind of thematically kind of think every decision. And then you got other people who just enjoy
just hanging out with each other and just
and kind of the D&D is kind of the kind of focus for just for conversation, and everything else is going on. So if anyone's on the fence of trying it, I'd 100% just try it and see how you get on, because it's usually a lot of fun and a bit of nonsense and quite funny.
Well, we've been going through Stranger Things with my family, and my son has just finished season 4. Eddie's his favourite character, right, by far.
Of course.
Quite rightly so. He's freaking awesome. And for his Christmas, he won't listen to this, so we're fine. For his Christmas present, we've got him Eddie's Last Campaign D&D box.
Oh, cool.
Which has kind of 80s style, everything's kind of set in the 80s. like the character shit, everything's kind of themed around. It was like Eddie's last campaign. So yeah, we've got that. That arrived today, and I'm looking forward to him exploring it because he's been quite interested in starting D&D or doing D&D. I'm not quite sure he knows the ins and outs of it, but if he wants to explore it, why not? And apparently it's a good start. It's a good way of getting people into it. So yeah, so I'll let you know how that goes in the future.
A little bit of trivia for you. I've had Eddie Munson's final last stand where he plays like the Metallica song.
Oh yeah, Master of Puppets.
Master of Puppets, yeah. Mm-hmm. Downloaded on my phone ever since it came out because I love it so much.
It's just amazing.
It's so good.
That last episode on season 4 is some of the best television ever.
I think it's the most enjoyable and climactic end to a run that I've experienced in TV. Like typically, even like really good series like Game of Thrones, kind of the end was a bit sour.
Yeah,
and yeah, but there's nothing of that. It's just
be interesting to see because the next one's the last one, isn't it?
Yes.
So it would be interesting to see how they
don't mess it up.
Yeah, don't mess it up.
I mean, it's too late now because it's been produced and ready to come out.
They've got a consistency of writers and actors and stuff, so they've got a good chance of not fucking up, basically.
Anyway.
But I would just add, before we move on, I absolutely agree with what you say. I'm getting a lot more out of D&D because I've been playing Baldur's Gate. Now that I understand a little bit about the mechanics of it, it's a lot more accessible in general.
Yeah, to help me understand what it is more. Mm-hmm. Even though I kind of knew what it was, but I never knew the intricacies of the system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Baldur's Gate 3 just basically gives you, here's the system. And
go do whatever you want.
Do we want.
Which is quite scary to begin with, right? It's it can be quite overwhelming. And
too open, isn't it?
Yeah. But watch a couple of videos and I've just repurchased Baldur's Gate 3. So, because I had it on Xbox and now I've got it on PC. So I'm starting to play it again as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, very much. JP, what have you been up to?
Well, lots of things. Played lots of games. As you know, not long back from Essen. I still haven't got many of the titles that I picked up to the table enough to talk about them properly. We've done like demos of them, which you can hear on the previous episodes. But so I'm going to talk about a game I played before I went away, and it was your games day, Rob, that you had not long back. And we managed to finally get a fully fledged game of Thunder Road Vendetta. Because Joel from Devon Dice Podcast popped along and he's the one that owns the copy. And I was like, right, I'm seizing this opportunity to get a proper game of this because we tried it at GridCon last year, played about 20% of the game because we were probably dicking about.
And there was 8 of us.
And it just took forever. And then Joel was trying to figure the rules out. It was just one of those not quite cohesive games. Fast forward, he's back. He knows the rules. We're in. We're playing. So for those that don't know what I'm talking about, Thunder Road Vendetta is a remake of an old game which has roll and move mechanics. Don't hate me. And it's made or published by Restoration Games, and they're pretty much the ones that take the old titles, sex them up a bit for the modern market, and make them a bit more playable, shall we say. So really, if you think Mad Max, that's pretty much what this game is, like Mad Max. And it's set on a series of boards that kind of run together in parallel and simulate the road. And as you kind of get towards the end of the one, it acts like a conveyor belt where you put a new tile out and everything slides back. The one at the end will disappear. If you're on it, tough shit. You're out.
You're dead.
So, and you're kind of racing along this path, and it's got obstacles, oil slicks, big fucking rocks, pits, and just all sorts of nonsense and stuff there. And each tile has like a card or an event which is going to give you a rule around that tile. So it could be like, this one's icy. So, if you're skidding around, you're going to skid in places maybe where you don't want to. Or this one has a lot of wind, whatever it might be. And really, you will pick a faction or a person, and I think this is part of the expansion, the chop shop upgrade, where you pick a character and it has some sort of ability. Mine was like basically like he'd like to go on fire, then there's no penalty for being on fire, which is cool because normally there is.
Yeah,
it gives you extra speed, but at the risk of blowing up.
Who'd have thought cars racing and being on fire was a bad thing or a risky thing?
So you kind of get your character, and then you have a small, medium, and a large car, look like little micro machines. Very cool, very like tactile and toy. and off you go. You roll 4 dice, and you assign the dice to the cars as an action. So if I roll a 4, I'll put it on my little car, and I move it 4 spaces. You have to move it the 4 spaces. So you can either go forward or you can shunt left or right, because they're kind of on, it's not a grid, but it's like a staggered grid, if that makes sense. So you're kind of moving it along. And then someone else has a go, and they go, I think I'll ram you. And this is where the fun bit is, because if someone basically crashes into you, or you purposely do it, you'll end your movement, or sometimes you have nowhere to go and you have to. So you just have to ram someone. The car sits on top of the other car, and then you roll the clash dice, which is basically you roll that with the direction die. And then the die that has the cars on it will determine which of the cars is going to be affected by the clash. It's likely that it's going to be the bottom, and not always. And then the direction will basically say you're going to be moved in one of the 6 directions around the space. So what happens in this game is if you're all a tight pack, which is usually at the beginning, you cause a chain reaction of bullshit. So you would hit the car at the back, that hits the one on the front, that hits another one, that hits another one, and smashes something else into a rock, causing problems and death. But after you get through all of that nonsense on the first tile, your guns become active, and then you can start shooting the other players, and you start rolling dice for that, and then you get your helicopters, which you can start putting out, which helicopters can start shooting and just literally put them out. Very cute, the little rotors spin and everything, and you can put them there. And really, it's kind of like as soon as there's an elimination, so as soon as someone has died, the finish line appears, and first to cross it wins or be the last one standing. It's as simple as that, but it is fun and stupid, and it's kind of that old school game that you can just sit there and not worry about too much. Don't take it seriously.
It's a beer and pretzels game, definitely.
And pretzels game. And we had it where Martin was playing, and he took one of the expansion, which is a bunch of motorbikes.
Yeah, so you have 4 bikes, didn't he?
Yeah, 4 or 5 bikes, something like that.
Oh, yeah, I think it was more, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they were weak as piss, so because they're motorbikes.
And somebody's driving a truck.
Yeah, and there's a big truck as well. But quite funny, at the end, there's a ramp. And we thought, wouldn't it be cool to finish the game, Martin, if you hit the ramp? Because when you hit the ramp, you roll the ramp dice and you can move 1, 2, 3 or 4 spaces, commonly 2 or 3. And he had to get a 4 to jump over this rock and then land on the finish line. He crashed and burned on the first time. He literally killed one of his bikes, but he had to go for it. But he did win the game in the end. And it's fun. I think, would I buy it? Probably not. Mainly because it's a lot of money for what game it is, but it's nicely produced. I think Joel had the Chrome edition, which is basically the deluxeified.
So they were shaded as well, weren't they?
Everything was just really nice. But would I play it? Yeah, anytime. I'd play it at conventions because it's just that thing where at the end of a night you can sit down and go, I don't have to think. You know, I just want to participate in a game of silly nonsense and laugh when, you know, Rob careers his car off the road and dies. And
technically, I rammed you. I came off worse in the exchange and moved back a space, but then it hit one of Joel's cars that then bounced me off of his car into an oil slick and then into a rock. Yeah. And it blew up. So me being aggressive ended up in my car exploding.
Which we rejoiced and laughed. So yeah.
But yeah, it was very good. It was a lot of fun.
But yeah, that's the game. I don't know how else to explain it. It's fun. Play it.
It is great.
Yeah.
I had a great time. It was a lot of fun.
There we go. What about you, Rob?
Well, I've been on a bit of a haul or nothing run. So I played Gloom of Kilforth, which I've talked about before and thoroughly loved. But I was having a look at some of the other games. So I've managed to pick up Kreel Manor. Mm-hmm. And I bought it with all the expansions because I really wanted to play as the Necromancer. Similar thing to what we discussed about D&D, actually. It's the exploration of a manor and all the grounds and the secrets that it holds. And it's episodic. It's a campaign. Mm-hmm. So you kind of get, you start off with a basic character and kind of upgrade and as you go through. I only played the first chapter because learning the rules, kind of getting things wrong. And there's one thing I love about what he puts in all of his rule books is you're going to get some rules wrong. Don't worry about it. Just don't let it ruin the experience of the game, which I think that's like a really nice touch. It's like, you're going to get it wrong the first couple of times you play it. Don't worry about it. Just kind of fun.
Works for you as well, because you're Bendy McBenderson.
It 100% works for me because I think they're more like guidelines. So I got it to the table, learned the game, and very similar to if you've ever played Alien Legendary.
No.
Alien Legendary, I think the old school.
Yeah, the deck builder, Legendary series,
yeah. So
still want to play that game.
Similar to that, in regard that you've got stuff coming down the pipe, so you can kind of take time to investigate what's coming, but typically once stuff starts coming, you can't investigate any further. So then it's just like I know I've got an enemy coming, but there's nothing I can do about it. So thoroughly enjoyed it. Very thematic. The artwork in all of his games is just absolutely beautiful. And the way the cards work, the way it all fits together, it can be a little bit overwhelming at the beginning, but actually you play a couple of rounds, I get it. Like it makes perfect sense. So very much looking forward to getting that to the table. I have actually ordered a gaming table.
He has, people finally pulled the trigger.
So I'm kind of hoping that now I can leave games like that set up and I don't have to pack them away and kind of, I can leave them set up for a while. Very similar to what we did with Elder Scrolls. Just kind of leave it set up underneath and then kind of
nice.
Just come back to it as and when. So I think I'll be getting that to the table a lot more when I don't have to kind of pack it away at the end of every session. So especially with a campaign game, like it's just easier, right?
Yeah.
So I've been playing Kreel Manor, which
nice.
Thoroughly enjoyed so far. I'm looking forward to playing it a little bit more.
I like the idea of that more than Gloom because it's that, are you in a manor? It's more localized. It's like, it gives me the Resident Evil 1 vibes, right? Which is, you got to figure out what the hell you're doing in this weird place rather than being this grand adventure. Quite like it when it's zoomed in a bit, so.
That's what kind of intrigued me, to be honest, because you've got Gloom of Kilforth, Shadow of Kilforth, and Call of Kilforth. So there's a pirate theme.
The Pirates of Kilforth.
Which actually looks quite cool. Don't get me wrong, all the games look quite cool, but I went fantasy because that speaks to me a little bit more. But for me to buy Call of Kilforth, it's not going to add that much to what I already have.
It's a reskin of the same game, right?
It kind of is. There is differences in them, and some people actually do all of Kilforth.
All right.
Where they put all of it in.
Cool.
And it's massive and it's really epic, which I'd love to do one day. But so Kreel felt very different. So I didn't get that kind of guilty feeling when I kind of put the order in. So
fair enough.
But no, thoroughly enjoyed it. So very much looking forward to kind of giving it a whole kind of campaign run through.
I'll have to give it a go. I'm intrigued by it. Mechanically, I'd like to see what it does in comparison. And I'll have to give it a go one day.
So let's move on to our main topic. So it's time for the main segment, which I creatively have titled Playing With Yourself. Read into that what you will. But I'd like to talk to you guys about kind of the rise and the quality of what's available now when it comes to solo gaming. Mm-hmm. It was something that kind of back in the day I would never have dreamt of playing a board game over watching a movie or over playing my Xbox or kind of playing a board game was our social gathering. That was the reason we were playing board games, was to see people face to face and kind of have that interaction. But now, if a game comes with a solo mode, it almost makes it a possibility purchase for me, because I know that everybody's busy, everybody's got things going on, and especially like campaign games. If it's going to be an event, but you can just kind of play it on your own and you can take it at your own pace. I think for me that adds such a value. It adds such a different lens to the purchase that it almost makes it more viable for me. Just because it means that I potentially will get that value for money. I've bought expensive games where kind of they're campaign, but they're a minimum of 2 players, and trying to get people, like I say, things happen in life. Interest drops off in games. people's circumstances change and there's kind of nothing worse than getting halfway through a campaign and then stopping.
Been there.
Yeah, we've done with quite a few games, and the fact that if a solo mode has it's almost like that's now a possibility. So the reason I've invited you, Mr. Curlington, is because I know that you've come very close to solo playing a few times, to the fact where you've potentially bought games that you planned to solo play.
I think you very nearly said you've come close to playing with yourself.
I've come more than close. More than close, mate.
This is what went through my head.
Are we talking about board gaming?
Yes, we are solo gaming.
So I know that you like I say, you flirted with the idea of solo board gaming for a while, but yet to pull the trigger.
I have. I think I am open to it more than I ever was.
Yeah, because 2 years ago you were like, no. 3 years ago,
yeah, probably.
You were flat out.
Yeah, I was
no
flat
chance.
Out, no. I did. I tell you, the one that brought me into it was Art Nova, obviously, because I loved it so much that I just wanted to get the itch when no one else was around, really.
Yeah.
So I did that. I did the base mode before the
Arno bot.
The Arno bot before that was released. I played the normal version. That was fine. That scratched the itch. Played very similar to the actual game, so that was fine. 2 games have kind of tempted me into it when I've played the multiplayer, and I know they'll play well one player. One was Elder Scrolls, Betrayal of the Second Era. And I played that with you, Rob.
We did.
Yes. I fell in love with it, as everyone did. But I didn't want to spend £450 on my own copy. So that led me to buy Hopla Marcus, which I opened the box and went, fuck that. Put it back in again. And now I'm selling it. So
I loved about you. Well, I remember seeing your face. Let's rewind. I remember seeing your Facebook post of going, "Oh, I'm interested in Hoplomachus Victorum," and I saw it on the board game trading and chat, and I went, "Is he all right?" And I had to message you, didn't I? I said, "You do know it's a solo game, right?" And you're like, "Yeah, I quite fancy it." Oh, fair enough, because I thought you were buying the remastered, the skirmish player versus player one. So I was like, that's probably the biggest surprise in board gaming for me is when you messaged to say, I'm interested in buying your Hoplo.
You were right.
Yeah. I was right, but I was kind of sad because I think, maybe you should have tried it. Because it's a great game.
It was too big an entry, I think, for me.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's just like if someone would have taken me to one side, taught it to me, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know.
would have done it.
But if someone would have done all of that and I'd have been
set it up for you.
Yeah, well, no. But no, the idea was to use my gaming table, leave it out, all that kind of stuff, and run through it. But the reality is I just wanted Elder Scrolls, and it was just like, yeah.
I'm so glad you bought it.
It was just making me like, yeah. It was just trying to scratch an itch that it was never going to scratch, to be honest.
The idea was better than the reality.
Yeah, yeah. And I would have always been like, I could be playing Elder Scrolls right now. You know what I mean? So it was just a cheaper way of doing that, basically. Yeah. So instead, I just went to the UKGE and blew 450 quid on.
You did? You went all in, didn't you?
I was so proud of you that day. I was so proud.
You're so proud you helped him carry it back to the Uber.
Well, somebody had to.
Yeah, yeah. There was a lot of stuff.
It's heavy.
Yeah, so
it's a unit.
The lead crate.
It really was. But no, and it's well worth it, and I'm loving it. But I'm enjoying it multiplayer at the moment. So I haven't. If I think me and Rob to relearn it a bit, Rob to get a bit more familiar with it. We played a campaign. I don't know about you, mate, but I loved it.
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
Oh, I thought it was brilliant. Just me and him. I think I'm gonna start playing with Tambo soon. Rob, I think you're gonna join, but there was a question mark.
I hope so. Yeah, my diary's filling up. With, unfortunately, other things. So it's and again, it's one of those games that you need 3 big sessions if you're going to do it. At its fastest. So to try and get 3 people together is kind of, you're almost better off going to 2 and knowing that you can get it done than potentially having to wait for 3. So I just need to see how viable it is for me. I'd love to. Don't get me wrong. I'd absolutely love to.
Yeah, I'd love to. But I'm a pain in the ass to schedule around. So.
But playing with you is what led me to the decision to purchase a gaming table. So
it did make life a lot easier.
I mean, how? I mean, it's still there now, right? When did we set it up? June?
Yeah.
So, but the fact that you could leave it set up for that long and just come back to it, you know, and I went on holiday, you went on holiday, and we come back and everything is still in its place. We kind of had to relearn what was going on a little bit, but it didn't take too long at all. And like you said, like we played it for like 3 or 4 hours, and then you were like, right, I think I'm done. I was like, cool, we'll figure out a night in the week. And being able to break it up like that, you know, having being able to do it in an evening for like a couple of hours and then come back to it later, whereas I couldn't do that on my table. So yeah, that kind of gave me the kick in the ass to go and buy one, to be honest.
Yeah, and as well, what I liked about it is because it didn't take any setup time or any breakdown time, you felt like you didn't have to rush it. Like, for example, if we played a couple of hours and we were chinwagging for a half hour beforehand and an hour afterwards, but we'd done the couple of hours, but we don't have to worry about, like, well, it's taken an hour to set up and it's going to take an hour to break down. It doesn't matter how long we play for. We play until we're like, yeah, let's do something else now or chat for a bit, you know. So there was just a bit less pressure on there. But anyway, the point is because the main advantage that I can see, and you guys can tell me different in a second, the main advantage for me from the outside point of view to solo gaming is the fact that you can play what you like, when you like, learn rules, all that kind of stuff. Well, at the moment, Elder Scrolls, the people are so keen to play it that I'm not struggling to play it when I like what I like, you know?
Also, that game, because of the amount of options you've got to play, I think if you never play it solo, potentially you'll never play all the possibilities of that game. There's so many scenarios and so many character classes and so many races in that game that, you know, if there was no solo option, for example, I think it would be, even if you never play it solo, the fact that you can play it solo, you know, it's nice knowing that, yes, you've invested a lot of money in it, but potentially if you really want to, you can get that money out of it. Whereas if you're waiting on 3 or 4 people, for example, you're not really going to get the opportunity to kind of experience it all. So that's what I mean by, you know, if a game comes with a solo option, even if you don't use that option, for me, it is it makes that purchase a little bit easier.
Yeah. And the other game, just to move on briefly, is Slay the Spire.
Yeah.
I love that game so much, and I don't think really single player really takes anything away from it.
No, it's still great.
I loved 4-player mind. I liked that a lot more than I thought I would. We
did get on with it though, didn't we? We did kind of
smashed it.
All hands, and like literally everyone's just taking their turns and moving stuff off the board, and yeah, it was fantastic. We did all three acts, one after the other.
Acts, one after another. But yeah, so you know, Slay the Spire is the other one that made me think, yeah, I like this enough to play it solo. But I've really got to love something to want to play it solo, to be honest. So
the only reason I haven't purchased it is because we do have 4, potentially 5 copies of it in the gaming group, and to get it again seems a bit overkill. But I very much.
You can borrow any time, love.
It's the same thing. So yeah,
I got it because it's a game Josh would play. It's short enough in acts that you can like play for an hour, and he's not bored. And then you can go, cool, we'll do Act 2 later, or we'll do it tomorrow. And you can just put it away, and it's like the setup is minimal, the pack away is minimal. So it helps. But yeah, I played that solo as well. It's good. The only thing I would like out of that game more is more solo relics to help. You just get one, don't you? Which is, I can't remember what it is, but it just helps with the die roll. We get something else. But yeah, that's the only thing. Would be good to get more variety, but... Anyway, that's more about Slay the Spire.
That could be an episode on its own.
Possibly.
So the reason I asked you on this episode as well, JP, is because I didn't know solo gaming was really a thing until you told me how many times you played Bones in lockdown. Now, I think kind of COVID kickstarted the kind of solo gaming when we couldn't get together. For me, that's when I started the solo game.
Yeah, for me, definitely. Because like if we harken back to like why we play board games, I remember I talked about this, with Brendan McCaskill from Open Owl Studios, with the episode with him ages ago. And it's like, as a kid, when growing up with a Super Nintendo or SNES, And when they released the multi-tap 4-player extension, because you normally have 2 controllers in only, they had the multi-tap 4-player Bomberman, right? And you got 4 of you, it's like me, my brother, and 2 mates playing Bomberman together in the same room, probably sat on the floor in a bedroom in some 1990s house.
A 14-inch screen.
And the tiniest screen, CRT kind of screen that you could possibly see, but playing the shared experience at the same time, blowing the crap out of each other in Bomberman was some of the best memories that I've had as a kid growing up, right? And for me, board gaming channels that kind of couch co-op, or not couch co-op, but couch kind of play, but around a table, and it's the same premise. So when COVID hit, we didn't have it. It's like, well, you can't have it now. It's gone away for a bit. Bar our carport Eclipse games in Kerley's house outside area, which we talked about before.
And randomly, Ikeon,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Like, it's a weird time where we're just kind of playing. Like, I wanted to scratch the itch, and I don't think I'd not long had too many bones. I think I got it the October before it all went wrong. And so I just ended up just milling that game because, like, well, what else am I going to do? I can't work. I can't do this. I can't do that. So I just literally had basically put it on the table and just kept playing it until I got kind of like, I'm done with this. I think I played it 20, 30 times during, I don't know, 6 months or something. It's all I did. It was brilliant. And I did the same thing with Scythe. I got back into Scythe and then learnt the solo, the Ultima, and I was like, oh, this is really clever. And, I got the app, Sidekick app for it, so it manages multiple Ultima bots, had all the cards and learned how that worked. And I actually started to enjoy the process of learning Ultimas. And I thought, this is so clever how they've mimicked a player, the interaction of a player, and da-da-da-da. And then I ended up getting an Acrony hit, and they had the Chronosis bot, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to give that a go. Why not? I've got the time. And that's again, that levels this thing up, and it's like, wow, this is a solo. But what I've found as I've kind of gone further and COVID's gone, and then we've allowed to play games with each other, is the heavy games that have a lot of setup time, I don't tend to want to solo as much. I sometimes get the itch, right? Sometimes go Voidfall. Because Voidfall solo is fantastic, right? I bloody love Voidfall solo. It's such a good game. But the barrier to it is the setup. The barrier is to go, I've got to set this thing up and be bothered. And I'm finding that more and more, the barrier of getting a game to the table is the amount of effort required to set it up and then, not get to the point where we go, nah, I can't bother. Do you know what I mean? So I'm finding now that things that scratch my kind of itch for solo gaming are games that I can get to the table quickly. So, games like, so when Imperium came, that blew my mind in how the game worked anyway. But the fact the solo mode was fantastic and the setup it's not that bad. It's not about the length of the game. I don't mind if the game takes 2 hours. It doesn't bother me, because if I'm in my puzzle, I'm in there. But if the setup's relatively quick and that payoff is fast for that return, I'm all over it. So that's kind of why Imperium, Captain's Chair, and recently playing Deckers, which I picked up from Essen, still it scratches that similar itch where I'm in the puzzle, I'm thinking, and I'm escaped, and away we go. And to your point, Kerley, I think one of the reasons why I do game is you can do it when you want, whenever. You're not bounded by time, and often it's mood. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how I'm going to feel on a week next Tuesday. I haven't got a clue. And we obviously plan our game nights. So I want to play such and such in 2 weeks' time, because that'll be a good idea. And you get to that Tuesday and you're like, I'm not quite up for this as I was 2 weeks ago, But with solo, it doesn't matter, does it? Because you can get to that Tuesday and go, I really want to play Voidfall. I'm in the mood for it. I'm got the the impetus to put this to the table, whereas sometimes you don't. You quite like the off the cuffness of it,
See, I'm the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Not that that's not a good point. That's you all over, right?
Yeah.
The problem is that I very rarely want to do anything spontaneous. I just can't be asked.
Yeah.
Genuinely cannot be asked. So like board gaming, I would never board game. If it was almost always impetuous, spontaneous, sorry, I would barely ever do it.
Yeah.
The thing is, what keeps me going is that I love it when I'm there. And the fact that I've agreed to do it means that I will go because I'm just that type of person that doesn't like letting people down.
Yeah.
So I go, have a great time, keep going back. And I remember that and I put myself in and it's a continuous cycle. This is why I don't say it's not because I don't like it's just getting around to it. When I'd rather just sit there in my pants and play Slay the Spire on the PC. Do you know what I mean?
I laugh because I saw him in his pants literally yesterday.
Yeah.
When he ran down the stairs.
Like, you guys were 5 minutes early. Why wouldn't I be in my pants, for God's sake?
Yeah, but
it's like, you'd be...
You had a go at me for being early.
No, you just took the piss out of
I was just surprised.
To the piss that you were early, because it rarely happens. Yeah.
But no, so I think that I've literally got the exact opposite problem, but that's just probably our personalities. I am a lazy fucking git.
I love how you're so honest with that. It's cool. Yeah. But I think in ways I am, but I just think my mood shifts around a lot. And then if I've got the time, so if I'm on like a Sunday and we're not planned to do anything as a family and suddenly I've got the whole day to myself, rare, but sometimes it happens. I'm like, and Shell's watching Coronation Street, boring, and the kids don't want to do anything or they're out with their mates or whatever. And I'm like, I've got like 4 or 5 hours that I can do stuff. And then the mind starts going, what can I do? And I'm like, fancy a bit of that. And sometimes I go around this indecision. It's like going on Netflix. What film shall I watch? Right?
Scrolling.
And I stand in my in front of my collection. I'm looking at the games and waiting for inspiration. And then sometimes I'm there for an hour. I'm like, just pick something, man. And then sometimes I go, I can't bothered. But then when I do get the
I find the more I solo game, the more I want to solo game, if that makes sense. Because sometimes the thought of setting up a game is just like, or the thought of learning a new game is just, I really can't be asked.
Well, let's talk about that.
And then when if there is a solo mode to learn a game, to set it up, again, it's another positive point for me that I can learn the game, I can cock it up on my own. I'm not wasting anybody's time if they've taken their time out of their evening to come and spend it with me, play a board game, and I get it completely wrong because everyone's, kind of expecting me to know it. And again, that we've done episodes on that before about potentially learning it yourself or watching a video or whatever. But typically if you're hosting a game night, then you're kind of not expected, but it's kind of an unwritten rule that you kind of know more about it than everybody else. To a degree, unless it's agreed upon beforehand. So the fact that I can get it out and I can play it completely wrong, but just get a feel for it and just kind of, I got that bit wrong, I know for the future, and that's kind of, for me, is the perfect way of learning the game.
Yeah, I find I had this literally happen recently when I got Recall out of the box because we got a couple of games of Recall coming up, and obviously I need to learn it, get ready for it. So I had a look and it said, it's 1 to 4 players. Cool. So that means there's a solo mode in there. And then I looked at it and the solo mode was pretty much a beat your own score solo. And a little part of me was like, But then I thought, actually, to learn the game, that's perfect because I don't have to run a bot. I can just learn the game, play the game, go through the motions, get to the end and go, right, I get it. I know what this is trying to do. I know how the interactions kind of work. Not from a strategy point of view, but just mechanically. So actually that worked well. But would I play that solo? No, because it doesn't give me enough out of it. And then the opposite one was Forestry, another lesson purchase that I picked up. I fancy just trying that, run through the motions. That does have a bot, and I thought, cool. But then I was trying to learn the bot whilst trying to play the game, and you end up with this. Sometimes you're just too distracted trying to learn what the bot's doing, and you don't even know what the hell you're doing.
It's the same thing when you're teaching it to somebody else, and you're kind of concentrating on their game rather than your own.
Yeah, and then I kind of just ended up having a subpar game, which then didn't make me feel great either. But at least I get a feel for the game. So both modes kind of got me to where I needed to get to. Very different paths. But for me, yeah, I think a solo mode's got to do something. And I quite like it when a game, you play the game multiplayer, it's one way. And if you play it solo, it's kind of slightly different. So A Feast for Odin's a great example of this, where if you play solo, you play with two coloured sets of meeples, like, red or yellow. And it's quite simple, but it works really well, which is whatever you play out in round 1 with the red on the spaces stays there. So in round 2, you can't go there. So then you have to work around where you're going an alternate rounds.
Like somebody else would.
Like someone else is blocking it. It's simple. There's no bot to run because you're kind of getting in your own way. So there's another puzzle in there, which is how can I get to what I want without having to always go first for the same spot? I have to kind of play it differently. And also with that game, and I'm not sure it's official or not, but they have on BGG like a solo kind of campaign. So you can kind of play a scenario where it says, actually block these spaces off. And there's a little story of why you can't go, whaling or whatever. And off you go. And you're like, oh, I've got to learn how to play this game in a completely different direction that I'm used to. And that'll never work. And it does work. And you go, I didn't even know that was a way. So you get to start to explore different corners of the game that you probably wouldn't have even picked up. And I thought, that's really clever. But again, such a simple thing, but it does it in a nice way. But then you kind of go to the real complex bots and where it does simulate you running a person. Now, if you know the game really well, they're fantastic because then you know what you're doing, you know what strategies you want to employ. And once you know how to run the bot, then you've got a real good contention between you and it to try and, simulate it. But there's an overhead to that, isn't there? Cognitive and everything else. So I
think it's largely what puts me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm much more inclined to do like a beat your own score solo game.
Yeah, which is what Art Nova was, right?
Yeah.
The original.
Yeah. Which is probably, I might have even enjoyed it more than Arno, but although that's got an amazing reputation.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. But I won't talk too much about it, but so there is a solo part to what I do. I do a lot of PC gaming, right?
Yeah.
And that scratches my itch enough in order to fend off the want to do solo gaming. I think without that, I would have already ended up doing it.
Yeah.
I think for me, video gaming has dropped off quite a lot. So for me, I don't want to sit and watch TV all evening. There wasn't really a game that I wanted to play as well. So I was like, I've invested all this money in these games. Why don't I just start playing them? So for me, it's the same thing. I was more likely to jump on my Xbox or PC now and play a game because there wasn't really anything that grabbed me at the moment. And because my gaming time has been cut down quite a lot, getting into a game kind of seemed pointless because I knew I wouldn't get that much time to play it. So I was like, well, I can play a video game. I can play a board game and know that it's done within that 3 hours. I feel like I've been entertained, but I feel like I'm not beholden to put 40 hours into it or however long to get, even that long to get good at a game because I'm old and slow. It's not like you can just pick them up and play them like you used to. So yeah, for me, that's kind of led to me trying solo gaming. But also, like you said, I think something like Captain's Chair, where you've got a solo mode to learn it, where it's the pressure's off. It's about you learning the character and the mechanics of that character. Then when you get to a level where you're actually comfortable with that character and you kind of know what you're doing, that's when you bring the bot out. And the bot is fantastic. So the solo mode for that game, honestly, there are times in the day where I think about that game completely unbidden and it just pops into my mind and I'm like, I could really want to play it now.
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it? Like one of my favourite games ever.
But again, and it allows you to scratch that itch if nobody else is available. I think, Kerley, you know my love for Furnace. I adore that game. I've talked about that game a lot with you guys, and I know that you don't particularly like it, and I know that JP likes it, but because of the amount I talk about it,
it's going down. Yeah, it's like not Furnace again.
So I bought the expansion for that so I could play it solo, thinking, well, it's kind of one of those games where people in our gaming group either really enjoy it or really don't enjoy it. I wouldn't say they hate it, but they just,
I absolutely don't hate it. It's just I'm not that bothered.
Exactly. So for me, I'm like, well, I'm not going to put up a game night to play. It's brilliant when we've got a couple of games. When we've got that couple of hours in a day to kind of fill whatever. So I thought I'll buy the expansion and play it solo. And the solo mode, it doesn't add what I hoped it would, because you spend your time stopping other people, stopping the bots from doing that. Because if you leave them to run rampant,
they will win.
They will win.
Yeah.
So you're kind of concentrating on trying to stop them rather than do your own. Like I say, if I want to play the game, it scratches the itch. But that is unfortunately all it does.
Yeah.
I'd much prefer play it with other people because that's where the enjoyment of that game is. But if I've got a couple of hours free and I think, do you know what, I really want to play Furnace, it does give me that option, and kind of knowing that. Again, knowing that led me to get the expansion.
Yeah. No, that's fair.
So you've got kind of solo modes that kind of enhance a game, solo modes that kind of add something different to a game, and then you've got solo modes that allow you to learn a game. Yeah. And it's kind of, what you're in the mood for. If you think I just want to learn this and then I'm going to play it with everybody else, then great. But if you're kind of learning it to play on your own, if the solo mode is there for you to play on your own, because we had this discussion this morning about Earthborn Rangers.
Yes, I was going to come on to this. Yeah.
Sorry if I'm kind of jumping the gun a little bit, but looks like a really interesting game. Looks right up my street. Have I got any time to play it with you?
No.
And that's the problem. A big campaign game that if you're solely reliant on other people joining you is it's doable. It's just a bit awkward, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is kind of the point I was going to make is, like, my thoughts about campaign games in general is I've gone off them, not because I think I don't like them. I actually love the idea of a campaign game. Why wouldn't I? Like, one of my favourite games of all time, full stop, generally, is Final Fantasy VII, right? Back in 1997 or whenever that came out. I played that game for, I don't know, 100 plus hours. So it's in there, but it's just like trying to replicate that big RPG, that big experience where multi-sessions and doing this and that other with people and just the mechanics of life getting in the way. It doesn't happen. Or I start to wane from it. So when we did the ISS Vanguard, started that, fantastic. This is brilliant. This is nothing. I've not played anything like this. Then it started to wane. Gloomhaven, this is brilliant. Ran 2 campaigns of it at the same time. Mistake, don't do that. Start to wane off. And I think it's a combination of things. But you're right, Earthborn Rangers is the experiment for me. So for those that don't know, Earthborn Rangers is a card game. It kind of plays like Arkham Horror living card game in that respect, but the theme could be completely worlds apart. It's literally starts off quite whimsical. You're in this futuristic, post kind of apocalyptic state, but where nature has literally overtaken everything. So it's not like, oh, it's all doom and gloom. It's actually really lush and green because humans have been like underground for centuries, and you are these rangers there to kind of protect the world. And the first thing you've got to do in this game is deliver some biscuits to the neighbouring town, right? This is how whimsical it is. And it's all through card play, and you're trying to get through obstacles of, a bloody thicket, that, a bushy, finey bush that's in the way, and you've got to try and get. And it sounds mad, but when you play it, it's like, that's quite cool. And it plays in a complete open sandbox world. So you kind of go, it's obviously got a little, day 1, 2, this is kind of how the mechanics work. But then after that, it's like, here's a map, go where you want. And you can literally go, I'm going to go over there, and you add these cards together, and off you go. And there's something about that game, and I fancy just exploring this on my own, and which means if I get the mood, I can just bust it out, play a few days, put it away, and it's on my time when I have that Sunday free for 4 hours. Sod it, I'm going to do it. But as soon as I start thinking, right, I've got to schedule that in. I've got to think, oh, are you free or are you free? And I know it's a 30-day campaign as such. You probably play some multiple days in one session, but still, there's probably 10, 15 sessions. It's hard work. I mean, me and you, Rob, we're playing in the middle of an Undaunted Stalingrad campaign. I love this game.
So do I.
I love it. I mean, it's war. it's Stalingrad, right? So the theme of it's like, oh God, it's like Russians versus Nazis. This is
Germans.
Germans. But we're ahead of it. We've got to get into this mode of attacking, and it's terrible. We're blowing crap up. We've got our soldiers all dead. But as soon as you play the game, I love it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is so good how it works and the deck building and da-da-da-da. But every time I'm like, I look at that box and I'm like, when are we playing that again next? And the last time we played it was on holiday because I thought, right, we'll bring it. And we did play like 2 or 3 sessions.
We did.
But it's a weird one. It's like, I want to finish it.
I think it's more the theme.
Yeah, maybe.
That's the problem. It's depressing as hell.
Yeah,
it really is depressing as hell. When you see like your leveled up sniper, just you lose him, you're like, oh no. But now I'm going to get some guy with a pitchfork.
But it's that thing. We've got to find, I don't know, 8 more sessions, more evenings to finish it.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
when we could be playing other things. So yeah, I think campaign games, so this is an experiment. If I play this and it kind of works and I don't get bored of it, because that's the thing, I might play it 4 or 5 times and going, I can't bother it anymore. Then I think, no, maybe it's just my interest in campaigns and long drawn RPGs is dead. Maybe I'll just hit an age where I just can't be bothered anymore, which is sad because I think it's still in there. That, teenager with Cloud in Midgard with his Buster sword kicking ass are still in there because, he's just tired.
He's just tired from life and
a bit beaten up.
But it's sad. It's so sad. But yeah, Earthborn Rangers is my little test, so I'll let you know how it goes.
So you got to a little bit like that with Frosthaven, didn't you? Like getting all 4 of us around the table, setting up the game, kind of it just became a bit of a pain with the campaign sort of side of it, knowing full well that we're potentially going to be playing this game for a year.
I think that says a lot about me, I would say, just purely because Gloomhaven was fine. Frosthaven's just too much. I'm not interested.
That was that
in
balance
that level
point
of complication with like setup time, breakdown time, and like learning it in between. It was just more than I'm willing to give. Quality game, but I'll wait for it to come out on Steam.
Yeah.
It's already out, but it's going through alpha and beta at the moment.
Exactly. You're going to lap it when it's there.
Yeah.
It's going to manage it all for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and I'll learn how it all works and everything else.
Yeah.
But fuck me, I mean, we had sessions. We had sessions to learn it.
Yeah.
We literally shall I come round and we'll just spend a couple of hours going through how this flipping city actions work and all that kind of stuff. And even then we were like, I'm still not 100% sure.
Yeah. Shall we go and kill some things?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, it definitely took away from the enjoyment. So
because you can play that solo, right?
So Gloomhaven, you have to two-hander.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right.
You have to two-hand it.
Yeah. So I'm running through a Gloomhaven campaign at the moment on the PC.
Nice.
I keep meaning to do this because I've got it. I've actually downloaded it.
I've got it as well.
Hey, honestly, I'm up for it anytime.
We should do it.
It's really good. I'm playing as the Scoundrel and the Mine Thief at the moment.
Yeah, we should do it.
Because I tried the solo, because the setup as well, the setup can be a massive, especially with like big dungeon crawlers that I like. Typically the setup is a nightmare, which was what we experienced in Frosthaven. So I tried the VR version of solo board gaming. So I downloaded Demio and gave it a go. And again, it scratched an itch, but just not as much, So I think there are games that are perfect for solo, and there are games that have that crossover where they're good at both, and then you've got other games that are just solely better when there's other people at the table.
And again, it's different for everyone, right?
Yes.
And I think that's the beauty of it, is not one person's solo mode is another person's solo mode. So I can enjoy this and someone else will play and go, really? Really? You find that interesting? Yeah, I do.
Or if you've got genuine multiple personality disorder, and you can play hidden movement games on your own, that'd be quite different.
It'd be quite cool to be able to play like a 4-player by yourself, but not knowing what the other players are doing, but it's you. That'd be amazing.
That would be cool.
Yeah, like player 2.
That would be cool.
Like Severance in the mind, isn't it? But around a board game,
you might actually win a game if you played like that.
I might. Well, one of the players, I would win. Hey, I'm amazing at games.
Yeah, just a 4-way draw.
I still didn't win. And everyone loses. Damn it! How did this happen? It's what made me laugh when Rob says, like, I played a solo game of Furnace and came third.
Yeah, I did. The bots utterly destroyed me.
But it's two bots.
Right, I was going to say.
Yeah, the two bots, and like that's where I learned that if you don't constantly just try and stop them from doing their thing, then that you just get your ass kicked regardless of what you do. So I played a solo game and came third.
What a mate. And I will say, I'm taking a piss. JP's quite good at games. And he wins plenty. You know what's more annoying is when he does a lap around the table when he wins.
Yeah, you're a bad winner.
Yeah.
I'm a bad loser, you're a bad winner.
It doesn't happen as often as you think it does.
I think you do well. Well,
do all right.
Okay, maybe you don't like win all the time, but you do well.
I don't usually sit at the back of the pack, but
no.
But yeah, it depends on the game. Sometimes I'm all right.
So Kerley, what would it take to get you into solo gaming? What expansion to a game or kind of revamp to a game where you think, actually, do you know what? I'm just going to sit down and play with myself.
Honestly, we've already covered it. So beyond like some sort of, do you remember we did the episode on would you want a board game butler sort of thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
So board game butler, that would be fine.
So you'd ring a bell.
I fancied it and I went ding-a-ling-a-ling, and this butler came along and said, "Yes, Kerley, what can I do for
Curlington.
you?" No, yes, Sir Curlington, what can I do for you? And I'd say, go and set me up Slay the Spire, and I'll go and play some solo in a moment. And that would do it, because that for me is PC gaming at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can just sit there and do it. But beyond that, silly nonsense. It's already come as close as I thought. I never thought it would be as close as it is with Slay the Spire and Elder Scrolls.
Because you're so tempted.
I think if people stop playing either of those, I would continue playing solo.
Yeah.
That would give you the push because you need to scratch that itch.
Yeah. Like if Tamba didn't fancy it, no one else wanted Elder Scrolls, I would play it on my own, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's only I haven't started. In fact, I would have done a solo already if it wasn't for the fact that it's so much easier to leave it set up.
Yeah.
In whatever, just one campaign at a time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have started already.
Yeah, you can. I did it with hours to try and learn the game, and you kind of have to do the same not the same.
It defeats the point of having it all set.
You don't have to, but it's faff.
Again, it's just easier.
Yeah.
So
if you're packing the game away and every time it's different, then you'd like, okay, I could just pull it out for a one and done or something, and then put it back and remember what everyone's save states were. But yeah, it's I get it. I think when you're in a session, and you're kind of locked to it.
I guess what I would say is I cannot see a future where I would play a traditional board game solo regularly. Maybe it will happen, but like an Art Nova, that was a one-off. Or like a Tricarion or an Anachrony, my favourite games.
What if we got Power Cut?
I wouldn't play them.
What if we got Power Cut?
I mean, how long are we talking for?
Days. What?
Mate, I'd read a book. I love reading. The thing is, I've got so many hobbies that I never really struggle for things to do. So board gaming is something that I've loved doing, but I also love spending time with my friends, and those two
tick two boxes at once.
Yeah.
You're killing two stones with one bird.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Only Chuck Norris can do that.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so because I love computer gaming and because I love reading and I love all these different things, I'm just like, board gaming is where it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's at that point where you kind of serves your needs in that regard.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be something that I want to do on my own because I've got other things for that.
I've found lately that when I solo game, I played 2 games of The Witcher and then the lads came over to play Too Many Bones. And I played The Witcher for a good 4 hours on a Saturday afternoon. And I did not feel guilty about it.
No.
Yet if I was sat there on the PC for 4 hours, I'd feel guilty for not spending time with my family. Even though it's the same scenario, in my head, I don't know why, but if I'm playing on the PC for that long, I get husband guilt. I suppose you could kind of call it that. It feels like it feels like a time that could be not wasted time, but it could be better spent. Whereas when I'm playing a board game, I don't get that feeling at all.
I think that might be more as you're aging, maybe.
Yeah.
Because I found the same.
But that might have led me to solo game a little bit more because I still play the PC.
Yeah, same.
But it's when I know everybody else is kind of doing their thing, you know?
Yeah, and I don't have this because
he's not guilty about anything.
He don't feel guilty.
That too.
This man's never felt guilty.
I don't have kids. I don't have kids.
No.
So.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But yeah, like when the girls come out and see me playing a game, they leave me alone. Whereas if I was sat there on the PC, they'd be asking me to do stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, mate. Like I said,
it's about fulfillment. It's about what it's doing to give you the payoff for the time, and the reward. So obviously, when you're sitting playing The Witcher for 4 hours, those are a magical and amazing 4 hours well spent on a Saturday. Fantastic. Yeah. Like I feel this is pretty good. I've enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
And what form of entertainment lasts freaking 4 hours? There's not many, like you say, video games, but maybe because it's locked into a digital world where you're staring at a screen for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And now you're looking at a physical presence or something where you can just go and grab a cup of coffee or whatever and then come back and then do this. And it's more relaxed. There's less pressure. If you want to pause it, you can just stop playing for a bit, jump back to it. It's kind of on your time a little bit more. Whereas some video games, I know you can pause them, but I don't know, it's just like it's getting a dopamine hit. Play it more.
Constantly.
Yeah, I don't know. I think with me, I've kind of got to the point with video games where I play them, but I like the short ones. I like something, what was the game I played recently? Was it Firewatch? Something like that, where you're basically in a watchtower and it's a first person and it's just some weird stuff happens, but the game lasts like 8 hours. Perfect for me. Yeah. So I can kind of play it through, get the story and go, that was cool, done, finished. And don't have to worry about it. But yeah, it's just long drawn out games, even though I was playing Claire Obscure.
Yes.
And fantastic game. And I'm like, I would 30 years ago, I would have lapped this up. This is amazing. But I just think, I don't have the time for this. I haven't got the inclination anymore.
I find
it's done.
The big games that I play now, the big video games, are typically games that I've played before.
Yeah.
Skyrim, Fallout, stuff that I know I haven't got really, I can just go and do things. I don't get sucked into it. But so for you to then say tomorrow, what would it take for you to stop playing board games solo? What's the reverse of kind of Kerley's? That what would it take to get him into it? What would it take to kind of knock you out of wanting to play solo games?
I think when they stop scratching that cerebral itch, to be honest. And again, certain games do it for me solo than others. But yeah, either the setup of them takes too long for me to get that payoff, then I probably won't bother. But it's a tough one. I think my solo journey has been, I don't do it. I did a lot of it. I soloed everything because I had to at that point. And then I kind of learned what I do and don't like with solo games and what it means. And then I've kind of got into a groove where I like these ones like this and I don't like these ones like that. And so, yeah, it's difficult to answer that. I think it just depends. It just depends on the type of game.
That's fair.
It's like for me, again, Imperium, Captain's Chair, if I don't play that with anyone else ever again, I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah.
Honestly, and it's kind of sad, right? But I would play Captain's Chair with anyone. But if for whatever reason no one wanted to play and everyone's moved on with their life and I just had that game for me, I'd still be happy.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't get rid of it. It's like, it's good enough as a puzzle and what's in that box, it still hits good. And same with Imperium. Now, Imperium versus Captain's Chair, that's a thing that will happen for sure.
Two sides of the same coin.
It will happen. They'll fight for their shelf space at some point, but at the minute they're both coexisting peacefully.
They're both firmly rooted.
And that's probably because I need to finish the Imperium decks.
Yeah.
And I'm 2 away from finishing all of them. When I say finish, I mean play them once. Could they be good at them? Because that's going to take years. So yeah, anyway.
That's kind of the point as well, though, isn't it? You invest all this money in it and knowing that you can get that money back. Like, I know it sounds weird, but your math on Too Many Bones.
Yeah.
Is that I've played it 100 times. Yes, I've spent a lot of money on it, but
yeah,
I've got my value out of it. Not,
it's becoming nearly £8 a play now, which is nice.
See, that's board game math right there.
In all honesty, that is the one thing that really tempts me to play solo is getting better value out of my games.
Yeah.
I can't see it happening, but that's the one thing I'm like, it would be really good for that.
So I think we've covered kind of solo board gaming, all elements, the pros, the cons, and, I guess ultimately it's kind of down to the individual. Right?
Yeah.
It's kind of down to the games you like playing and kind of what you want to do. But the fact that it's now become a viable option, I think, is where I've noticed the change for me, the ability to be able to do it, and the games cater more for it. Because we haven't even talked about solo only board games.
Yeah.
Final Girl, 20 Strong,
Unstoppable is another one. I got my eye on that one.
So yeah, there's a few now that it's become enough of a kind of demand that board game companies are paying attention, and the fact that they're specifically designing mechanics around the solo play is, for me, it's only a good thing.
It's a good thing. The only time where I don't think it's a good thing is where they throw it in just because we think solo mode will sell it better, and actually it's a bit lackluster and it really shouldn't be there, which happens a lot. But I think there's a massive market for solo gaming in general, and a massive corner of our hobby, or bigger than a corner, are solo gamers. And maybe it's because people don't have gaming groups, and this is their only avenue to play, or don't want to,
or
don't want to deal with all of that shit. And that's absolutely fine. And I always kind of come to this point when we talk solo gaming, because I think it's really important, because there is sometimes a line of, people who solo game that aren't real gamers and all of that, which pisses me off anyway. And everyone's welcome in this hobby, whether you play on your own, whether you play with people. Who gives a shit? Like, you're playing a game, have fun. That's what matters. So I have to get on my little soapbox, because there might be people listening going, well, solo game's not for real gamers. Well, tough crap.
And on that note, I'll end the main section. So moving on to the gaming segment of our board game podcast, when we invite our listeners to play along with us, it's Connect 4.
It's very aptly named.
It is. So
it's not the Connect 4 where we put the counters at the top and get 4 in a row. It is not that. I like to think we put a K in there to make it cooler, but then I've realised...
And to avoid being sued.
However, I haven't done that in the show notes, so it is Connect 4, but 4 is spelt 4, not the number 4.
Oh,
it's different.
Fine. Did you know that Chuck Norris can win Connect 4 in 3 moves?
Because he's just amazing. I bet he can't do this, because this can be hard, this game.
It can be. So our 4 words are...
Go on, Em, what we got?
Resource management.
Okay.
I'm going to do a JP as well and set the board up so he has to read it upside down.
It's fine, I can read upside down.
Deck or bag building.
Okay.
Dice. Animals.
This should be easy, shouldn't it?
It should be.
A deck or bag builder, resource management, dice and animals. That's
a lot of flipping mechanisms.
That's pretty much most Uwe Rosenberg games, right? Without the deck and bag building that I can remember. Because animals, dice and resource management is pretty much every farming game ever. But I'm trying to think now. Now I have to think of a title.
Can we confer, or are we playing solo or are we playing team?
You just blur ideas out, right?
Oh, okay.
Because a Feast for Odin has dice in it for whaling and stuff like that. It has animals in it because it's Uwe. And resource management, yes, has loads of resource management. Deck and bag building, no, it doesn't. So there's definitely 3. Connect 3.
What about Clank?
Clank, what's the resource management in Clank?
The amount of money that you want to purchase cards with. It's tenuous at best.
That's
I appreciate
tenuous.
that, but it is a connection.
Yeah, it's tenuous.
You got the deck. You got the bag building, the collective.
Yeah,
bag.
you got the bag building with the clank going in. Animals,
dragon. Duh.
There's a cat in it.
There is, and there's a monkey.
Yeah, there's a robot monkey there.
Oh, monkey bot, isn't it?
Yeah, monkey bot.
The cat is the clank cat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is there dice in it?
No, I don't think there is.
No.
So that's piss poor.
It could be.
I mean, we could put a dice in it.
Yeah, I think we should. And then I won. Like I said, I'm all about bending the rules.
Yeah. What else? Well, economic games, deck bag building.
Are there any animals in Dune Imperium? I mean, there were worms, right?
Yes.
I think with deck and bag builders, there aren't that many.
What about Orleans?
Animals?
Don't know. You know it better than I.
Is there one on the cover?
Is there a donkey in it or something? No? No,
I'm
probably
thinking. I can't think of anything.
not. Possibly not. I'm just thinking of a bag
technically,
builder.
I think when you go by a road, you do it by cart, and there's probably a picture of a horse.
But again, tenuous.
But I think really tenuous, like beyond tenuous.
Yeah.
Gossamer.
Yeah. Oh, I can only get a 3 out of 4. It's annoying me
Yeah,
now.
I can only get 3 out of 4.
Other deck builders. Actually, I've got it.
Go on.
I've got it. Imperium. As resource management.
Are the animals in Imperium?
Animals.
There are animals in Imperium. You have to play with certain nations.
I mean, it's not a.
You call
it's not
mine
a theme,
tenuous?
is it?
Oh, eh? There's literally a card in there that says elephants. In one of them. I can't remember who. But there's definitely elephants in one.
I mean, it's fair to say we are scraping the barrel here, aren't we?
And actually, there are cards that have poor icons in locations which are relevant to animals being there.
Which animal is
like
this
tags.
poor?
Huh?
Which animal is this paw print attached to?
Basically, generic animals that reside there. And actually, if you play the Inuits, they have like sled dogs. So there's actually, if you think about it, there's quite a lot of animals in all the different decks.
Well, if you're listening, guys, then please let us know if you can smell the bullshit through the speakers. Because
It's better than yours.
It stinks here. It's terrible.
What? It has
terrible.
animals. It has resources. It's a
In
deck
fairness,
builder.
as close as any of us.
Yeah,
are.
And it has dice if you play solo. But only if you play solo.
Which kind of ties into the episode.
The dice don't exist.
This is me stretching.
It's probably a 3.5 at best. A Connect 3.5. But it's probably the best one I can think of.
I can't think of any that go with all of those.
Yeah, there definitely will be, though. That seems like an obvious 4 as well. Maybe it's too obvious that it's just too hard to think. Yeah.
What about the other Viking game that we played?
What, Champions of Midgard?
Yeah.
Definitely has dice.
Definitely got animals because you got to have sheep. Deck building.
What, sheep? Sheep?
The sheep, you got to get meat.
Yeah, you got to get meat.
Where does meat come from?
Are you classing meat as an animal or a resource? Ooh.
Both.
Is it an animal dead? Still an animal? This is philosophical, right? But is it? Are we classing an animal that is alive?
No.
Or is a pork chop
It's
an
a-
You
animal?
were talking about a picture of an animal a minute ago.
But it's an animal.
Yeah, but it's a picture
It's
of
an
an animal.
animal in the game. What's the definition? It says animals.
Okay, well, there are kind of a monster's definition.
No.
They're defined as animal.
Nah.
I'm pretty sure.
Nah, that's mythical, isn't it? It's
Mythical
more
animal.
A mythical creature.
Mythical animal.
I've no idea. I blame Adrian. He wrote these cards.
That's a good rule for life. If in
Yeah,
doubt,
blame
blame
Adrian.
Adrian. For anybody playing along, please let us know on our Discord if you've come up with anything different or if you've managed to nail all 4 because, well, you're better than us.
And if you're not in our Discord and you want to be, please check out
Yeah,
our links
please.
on our socials and all that stuff. You can find our links to join the Discord and come and join in the fun. Because there's a lot of fun in there, right?
It's becoming a really, really nice thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of conversing and chatting, and most of it's nonsense, which kind of fits in well with the podcast, to
Yes.
be honest with you. So
Exactly. It fits us.
it's a thing.
Just nice to have a little community of like-minded souls.
Of
Yeah.
Who's Turners? We have a little Let's Talk About Hex channel, and they talk about the games they're playing. They're attending some conventions that we don't, like MidCon and others, and it's quite nice to learn about other things going on in the UK. So
yeah, the Scottish one.
yeah, exactly. Loads of things that we think, oh, maybe we should attend. So
Bob put
Yeah.
loads of stuff on there, didn't he, about Tabletop Scotland?
he did.
Yeah. It's tempting me to go, to be honest.
And-
It's
and
an
me.
awful lot
And it's
of
in
work.
Edinburgh. So
It's a win-win in Edinburgh.
so
I'd like to go to Edinburgh.
so Bob,
We could all
Tempt
go
us.
up on the sleeper. I could probably get a discount.
let's do it.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I'm in.
75% off, I think.
I'm in.
I said to do this, and he was like, why would I want to spend 8 hours on a train?
Because you're not getting 75% off tickets.
Let's do this.
And he's doing the sleeper. You didn't mention the sleeper. He mentions the sleeper. And I'm like, that makes sense. I get to sleep.
And that's been Connect 4 with a K.
It doesn't have a K.
It does now. So now we move on to our penultimate term, where we get to talk about the things we've got coming up and things we're excited about. Doesn't necessarily have to be board game related. I mean, it would be better if it is. But so JP, I'll come to you first. What have you got in the tunnel?
So I did a thing recently,
nice,
and on a social post somewhere, as on BGG, there's a thread which said, "This game is a masterpiece." And it's underrated, doesn't get talked about enough, and blah, blah, blah. So I read this post, and it completely reminded me of this game that I completely forgot about, to its post like credit, which is like explaining why this game was so awesome and da-da-da-da. And the game I'm talking about is Defense of Procyon 3. All right?
Okay, this sounds like a TV series in the 80s.
It does.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of on purpose. And the reason why I'm intrigued by this, and because I know Mr. Tertsi, it's his design. He's talked about it on the podcast that me and Kerley did with him way back last year. And I completely forgot about this conversation. And basically this game was his love letter to war games.
Okay.
And it's like he's done a Eurification of a war game where you have basically a space conflict and a ground conflict happening simultaneously, where it's a 2v2 where you're playing aliens versus humans, but not 2v2 like Star Wars Rebellion, where you've got like, it's really just a 1v1, but they've split the role. It's a proper 2v2 where you've got enough meat on things going on your own role that you playing two-handed would be a nightmare. So, you know, and what also intrigues me is that each of these factions are asymmetrical, so that's not the same kind of game. The card system that you're playing is very different from your admiral in space versus the ground forces. And I don't know, it's kind of like, I'm really excited to try this. And we've got a game at GridCon booked with Martin, who said, "Oh, I've got a copy." And I said, "Cool, book in, we're going to play it." Spoiler, GridCon's already finished, and I would have already played it by the time we recorded, but it doesn't matter. But I've also bought it because I just thought, sod it. Just bought it. So I don't know if this game's any good for me. I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it, but just something about it is different. And I'm kind of wanting that Star Wars Rebellion-esque kind of feel, that kind of war game feel. But I'm intrigued to see how Mr. Tertsi has done it and how it all works together. And actually, is this a 2v2 game that's going to work really well and give you enough to do? But still kind of be in communication with your partner. Because, you know, if you're like the alien overlords in space, you want to be bombarding the planet, right? But you don't want to be bombarding sections of the planet or the hemisphere of the planet where your little alien general commander on the ground is wanting to move in certain areas. So, yeah, you've got to kind of keep in communication. But obviously you communicate, you're open with your opponents. They can hear on the radio chatter and all that. I don't know, something about it. It's one that flew under the radar massively. It looks cool, looks fun. I want to give it a go.
Sounds very intriguing.
Yeah.
Instantly, I'm thinking the multiplayer mode on Mass Effect 3.
Yeah.
Where what you're doing over here has an impact over here, and kind of when things are going well over here, they can potentially go quite bad over here. So if somebody's doing really well in space, their forces might be actually doing really poorly on the ground. So,
but it's all done on like Euro VPs as well, so it's kind of, you can kind of visually see what's going on. But yeah, I'm intrigued to see it. I've bought it on a whim. I'm going to try it at GridCon, which means I'll get to learn it, because the teach of this is an investment for every person who wants to play it. Like David says, when you basically teach this game, you're handing everyone their own rule book.
Yeah.
And you read it for 20 minutes and then you play. And it's like, ooh, that's going to require some.
Also, it's going to be hard to call people out on bullshit. Oh no, my faction.
Oh no, I'll do this.
My faction could do this.
But there are videos online now, which makes this a lot easier. So it's literally watch this 15-minute segment of your faction.
Yeah.
And here's the rule book for your reference.
Oh, that's really cool.
I think once we get the GridCon game done, and I mean, it could go either two ways, right? I could go, this is not for me, and then suddenly my copy will disappear without a trace. Or this is freaking awesome.
Europa Universalis.
Yeah, and I want to play it more, and then I will be seeing who wants in and having this grand skirmish battle of space and ground. And
Does it have a solo mode?
it does have it's David Turtsey.
That's
Yes.
amazing. I was joking.
You can play as the humans against the alien bots, even on your own, which must be
Headache.
I don't know, some hell of a game. But yeah, it's got solo scenarios and stuff in it. So we'll see. More on that later. I'm going to talk about that on the GridCon episode for sure, if we get the game, and I will talk about more if we still play it.
Nice.
So yeah, it's me.
Sounds very interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
You
it.
said about it the other day. I was like, that sounds really cool. Mr. Curlington, what have you got coming up in the near future?
I've got a few things coming up actually, so I wasn't really sure what to talk about, but I had a little look, and I guess I wouldn't say I'm looking forward to it, but I'm more intrigued by it, I suppose, with Company of Heroes, is it?
Yeah.
Second edition with T.
Yeah.
He's asked me to kind of like, would you mind running through this with me? I've got it from Kickstarter, I guess.
Yeah, he backed it.
First
2
thing he
years
ever
ago.
backed.
Yeah, and it's arrived, and do you fancy learning it with me? So yeah, we're going to do that tomorrow night.
Ah, cool.
Oh, also,
Yeah.
I realised it was tomorrow night because Davey picked up his terrain pack,
He did.
Yeah, I think it's tomorrow night.
Yeah.
and he was so happy on Sunday when he had it in his hand. You'd see him like, he'd just pick it up and start looking at it in between turns and put it back down, and then carry on playing too many modes. So I know he's really excited to play this. So yeah, it sounds like you're going to have a great laugh. Sounds like really good fun.
Yeah, I hope so.
It's reviewed well. I think it's doing well. So
Good.
yeah, I think you'd enjoy it. If you like the theme of World War II.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, doesn't really get me.
Okay.
But I'm a bit of a fan of playing other people's stuff just because they want to play it, kind of thing. Because I would like people to play stuff with me, even though it's not maybe their first choice.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's fair.
one a T that's been battering people about. So yeah,
Sounds
like
good.
it. Okay.
Let us know how it goes.
Yeah, I will. But yeah, honourable mention to looking forward to playing Recall over the weekend. Yeah. And
Nice
Hoplo, we're starting the campaign of that next week, aren't we?
Campaign?
Is there a campaign?
No.
do you think?
We're just doing
I thought
we're doing a clash.
Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah.
it was a campaign.
No, I've got the
What
expansion.
did I read about it then?
The expansion just adds another map, another
forgot.
2 scenario maps in, and we just fight each other, mate. One's got boats in it, and one's got a prison.
Well, looking forward to it anyway.
Yeah, there's actually 2 spaces free because we can run 2 games simultaneously. So, but it's only me and you doing it at the minute. Which is
Oh,
fine.
only me and you?
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of, okay. Oh, cool.
So we'll just attack each other, and you'll probably kick me ass. You do at that game.
Oh, I've only played it once, I think, no, twice.
Yes. No score draw.
So it's my episode, so I'm going to cheat a little bit and talk about 2 things that I'd like to discuss.
There's no rule on this section.
I know, but I'd highlight it's my episode.
We know.
I'm owed a few, right? Leave me be. So I'm really looking forward to playing a game that I never thought I'd ever really like, but I bloody love it. And that's Nucleum. On Thursday, we've got Nucleum with which expansion?
We're playing with Australia map,
Australia map.
And the Energy Research Institute expansion, which just adds a load more experiments.
Yeah, that was the first big complex game that I played, and I always quite like going back to it. So it was the game where you absolutely destroyed us at GridCon.
Yes.
Because everybody left you alone and you were down in the corner. Just don't mind me.
I'm going to get all the VPs.
Oh, I had no idea that this area had the most VPs. Oh no!
That game was just lucky.
It was
a
brilliant.
coincidence,
It
'cause I
was-
played it again next time and just completely made the right picks here.
It was funny. It was just the way you were like, oh, I didn't even realise they were the most VPs on the map.
Didn't know
Yeah,
Prague
but
was
that's
so
all right, because that
lucrative.
guy who we played who thought he was blatantly going to win, and I just accidentally whooped him.
Accidentally.
Accidentally on purpose. It was funny. But no, great game. So very much looking forward to playing that again. And Czech Games Edition sent us through the expansion for Galaxy Trucker.
Yes, the Do What expansion.
So I've read it up and I kind of read up on the rules and looking forward to playing that. So I'm going to try and get to the table either this weekend or potentially next week. So to give that a go. So I love Galaxy Trucker. Just
Yeah, it's
silly
fun.
nonsense and just fantastic. So very much looking forward to seeing the silliness that comes with it, because if you manage to pull this stuff off, you're going to get a lot of VPs. The chances of you pulling this stuff off are very, very slim. So it's going to be
High risk, high reward.
it's going to be very much, just nonsense. Adding more nonsense to a already nonsense game is right up my street. So I'm very much looking forward to trying it out.
It is fun.
So yeah, that's me. So we, as our penultimate turn ends, we enter our final turn, where we total up victory points and see that Kerley's won.
Yeah, standard.
Yeah, he snuck it
Boo.
in. Snuck in the victory at the end there.
Why did I win?
Well, we don't know.
If anyone wins a solo game, it should be JP, surely.
It definitely ain't going to be me at a solo game.
True.
But yeah, just like to say thank you for joining us. If you'd like to support us, we do have a coffee crowdfunding. So if we would like to chuck us a couple of quid, it's really helped us to improve the quality of the pod, and we're always very, very grateful. We mentioned it earlier, but we do also have the Discord. So if you'd like to come and speak to us, if you'd like to come and join in the shenanigans and the nonsense of our gaming group, then please feel free, because it's going really, really well. All the info of that and where to find us will be in the show notes listed. But other than that, I'd just like to say, whose turn is it anyway?
Still yours, baby.
I'm pretty sure I've said that in a solo game as well.